Hello everyone, welcome to Figma tips and tricks tutorial, and today I'm going to discuss about how to create drop-down list using variables and conditions in Figma. So here I have an example. So we'll see an example. So here this is a drop-down list and this is the drop-down header. While I click on this, so you can see here is a chevron, it is up, and once we click on this, it is getting drop down list where it is like Figma, InVision and XG as a list, and this chevron is now behaving as a like a down. So once we select any of the options, it is getting a string selected here. So how we'll do this? Let's start and see the magic of variables in Figma. So we'll take frame here, and in this frame I'm going to take the a rectangle for the drop down header. So we'll set the height and width for this, and then we can set the radius if required. So I am going to give here a radius for the top. Now we'll set the color, and then we need a title for this drop down header. So here I'm going to explain step by step. So I will create a variable, which variable is going to assign where. So I will go with the step by step, and the next like a chevron. So we'll use the polygon here, and the same polygon just will copy and rotate. Okay, now next going to give the name of this polygon, so it will be easy to assign the variable. So this is the up, so we can say chevron up, and the next for this we can say chevron down. So what next? Now first we'll create a local variable. So here I'm going to delete older one and creating again. So drop down and then create variable. Here we need a boolean variable. Just we need for chevron. So chevron up. So by default chevron up will be true and chevron down will be false. So in a default state, the chevron up, the arrow will be to the up, and chevron down will be the false state. And then next we need this text. So for that we'll create a variable for the string, and we'll just copy this, because once we assign this variable, it will come as a string value. If I have given something else, suppose I have given list example and I have assigned this to here. So for assigning this string, we have to come here text, and here you will see the apply variable. So you will get here string. So it is getting changed. So for that reason, we need the same text here. select from the list. So it will come the same text. Now this chevron down, so this is in false state, and once we pass through this, it will be hidden because it is a false state. Now this chevron up will pass through here, chevron up, so it will be a same state as a true. Now we need a drop down list. So for the drop down list, first we'll take the rectangle and create the drop down list. Okay, so this will, I'm going to hide the color and give the stroke, and here this color will be this, so it is looking good. Now next we need rectangle again to make the list, and here we'll give the text like list 1. So now this is list 1. We'll make a group of the background means rectangle and the text. So select this rectangle and this text, group it. So now this is the group 1, we can say like a list 1, and just duplicate this. So this will be a list 2, and then next we'll make one more list. Just duplicate this and make it list 3. So we can say here list 3. Now we'll select all the rectangle. So selecting only the rectangle, need to come to rectangle this and control, and if you want to change the color, can. And here I am giving the stroke which is only for bottom, so it is here. Now if you want to change color, can say. So here list is ready now, and we need to make it a group because this rectangle is little bigger, and we will make the group and we can hide this. So just select all the drop down list and Control Z, make it group and give name as a drop down list. So here we can create a variable boolean, we'll say drop down list, and it will be false. So I won't assign the value now, otherwise it will be like hidden. So before that we'll set the text and all. So for that we start with this list 1. So here in rectangle or list 1, this entire group, I'm going to give the on click interaction. So click on a prototype, come to interaction, on click. So while we are going to give the interactions, like here we don't need any conditions, so we'll just set the variable. So set the variable for the one of the like this text. So select this text select from the list, and then what you want to write here means it is a list one. We can create a variable for this also, but for time while I'm using this, if we want a list one there, so we can say list one. So this is done, and then next again we'll set the variable. So after clicking this drop down should be closed. So for this drop down list equal to, or you can say directly to false, so it will be hidden. Now this chevron, so for this chevron, this up will be a, like now it is a true, and once it is getting shown here drop down list, it will come to down. Okay, we'll write this letter. So just copy this and paste it in group 2, and here also for group 3 we have just pasted this interaction. Now here we just need to say list 1 instead list 2, and here also list 3. So now we'll preview. Okay, so now while I tap on the list 1 is getting appear, 2 appear, and 3 appear. So this drop down list is not getting hidden because we didn't assign this or pass through this. So for that, the drop down list, this need to pass through from here. So this layer, just click on this and select the drop down list, which is false. It will be hidden, and then we'll preview. So here I didn't give the interaction. So for the header, we'll go to prototype, add the interaction, on click. So here we need to add the conditions. So in conditions, what will be there? If drop down list equal to false, which is the default stage. So if it is a false, we have to make it true. So set variable drop down list true, and else if you want to write for the else, so the same condition which is like a drop down list equal to false, the same we can add here. So drop down list false. Now we have to write for the chevron, so we'll add one more condition here, and here we'll say if chevron up equal to true, then we have to make it false. Else the above condition, the same condition we have to give here, chevron up true. So this is for the chevron up, and the same way we can add for the chevron down. So just add condition. So set variable if chevron down equal to false, add chevron up, sorry, down to true, and the else condition the same, chevron down to false. So now the all conditions are here. Just we are going to see this. So now I have written this for the Chevron drop down list. So no worries, just click here, Control X, and select this and Control V. So you will get all those interactions in a drop down header. So it is very easy to copy paste and cut and paste. So now you can click here and you can see this Chevron is coming down, Chevron is getting up. So it is a very easy interaction here. And now list one, so list one, it got closed, but this Chevron is not getting up because we didn't try it for that Chevron. Now you can see list 3, list 2, list 1. So just we need to add one more interaction. So here list 1, so we can see here in prototype it is written like a hide the dropdown, means dropdown list false. And the same way we can add the set variable Chevron up true and Chevron down false. So this I have done for the list one. We'll preview this. So this is Chevron is now up, it is getting down, and now it is up. So same way we can just take this, copy this interaction and paste it in another. So we can delete this, the older one, just click on minus and paste this new one. So you will get all these interactions, just you have to rename this true and false. So same way for list 3, just click on minus, it will remove and add this, just Control V and set variable. Here we have to give the list 3 and this drop down list will be false, Chevron of true and Chevron down false. So very easy to give the interactions, and now it is fully working. So how it is useful? So while we'll change this or just convert to the component, so it will work similarly. And whenever we want to change the text, it is easy to change the text also. So now I'm going to convert this to the component whether it is working or not. So now this component is ready and I'm going to see this. So before that one correction I want to do here, like the drop down list. Okay, so this is the list and here we have the text. So I want to just change the text, or otherwise it is fine, we can go with that. So select all and convert to the component, and so here local component frame 1, this component is ready. So I will just drag and drop this here and we'll preview. So this component is outside the frame. So now it is working fine. And the next, suppose if I am working on this text, directly we can edit the text, or either we can look at the local variables where it is given like a drop down, and here all those actions are given there. So select from the list, we can edit here, and we'll see whether it is working or not. So it is working, and it is very easy to maintain a component using this. So another thing is we can have the list name here also, so it is easy to edit. So suppose if we have given here, so this is a drop down list, open this, and here we have this list 3. So I have written the means directly, I just use the string to write this. For that also we can use this list 3, and here we can say the string, and this is a string 2. So we can say list 1, and here we can give the name InVision. So now if we'll see the preview, it won't impact. So as I said, like we have to give the means assign the value here. So this is the list 3 which I have given the name InVision, and here apply the variable. Okay, so I have given list 1. Okay, so list 1, the variable is applied, so we can rename it list 3. And now we'll come to the prototype. So this list 3 prototype, click on here. So while we are setting the text string, so we'll change this with the list 3 which is coming as an InVision. Now we'll see that. So here also it is getting updated, as well as while we click on this InVision, it will come here also. So for in future, suppose if we are using the component, it is very easy to maintain the local variable, and we can edit here. So instead of InVision, if we want to write like Figma, we can preview here, it is coming Figma, and while we select, Figma is appearing here. So maintaining this local variable panel also, it is very easy. So how is the trick? Please write on the comment. Thank you very much.